A major tech company is making a bold assertion. Their free AI chatbot can now answer your medical questions more accurately than a trained human doctor. OpenAI recently rolled out its GPT 5.5 instant model to millions of free users. It is stepping directly into the vacuum of traditional healthcare, offering immediate diagnostic responses without copays or waiting rooms. According to their internal monitors, this new model achieved a 71% reduction in factual errors on live health queries over just a 2-month period. This is a sharp pivot from where artificial intelligence was just a year ago, when early language models were notorious for hallucinating dangerous medical advice and inventing fictional clinical trials. If these internal metrics hold true, the point of first contact for medical advice is shifting away from the clinic and toward a free app available to anyone with a smartphone. To prove this, OpenAI relied on a framework called HealthBench Professional. This workflow diagram shows their exact evaluation process, built on a 3-phase system of physician authorship and independent adjudication to judge how well the AI handles complex conversational medical scenarios. This chart reveals the results. GPT 5.4 scored 59.0 overall, while human physicians reached 43.7. Looking closer, the model showed particular strength in identifying red flags during difficult adversarial test cases designed to trick the software. In these controlled environments, the model's ability to identify red flags and explain pathologies often exceeded the performance of the human physicians on the panel. We are no longer talking about isolated laboratory benchmarks. Every single week, over 230 million people are trusting this system with their health questions. They are uploading complex blood panels for translation, tracking the daily progression of chronic pain, and organizing scattered symptoms into focused summaries before their next doctor's appointment. To simulate a genuine bedside manner for this audience, OpenAI trained the model using a network of 260 practicing physicians across 60 different countries, refining its tone through hundreds of thousands of feedback interactions. The system is now capable of active engagement. Instead of outputting a static diagnosis based on a single prompt, it asks follow-up questions to gather necessary context about a patient's age, medical history, and specific symptom duration. The 230 million people asking these questions every week represent a shift in how medical advice is accessed, moving diagnostic guidance into a digital space that operates without traditional clinical oversight. But the underlying architecture of this system reveals a critical limitation. Large language models do not consult a verified database of absolute medical truth. They are statistical pattern matchers, calculating the probabilistic odds of the next plausible word in a sentence. Because the model prioritizes plausibility over truth, it is prone to hallucination. It will generate perfectly formatted citations to medical journals that do not exist, and suggest pediatric drug dosages that look mathematically correct but are actively harmful. Researchers at the NIH tested this directly by evaluating AI on vital clinical math, like stroke risk scores and kidney function calculations. The models achieved only 50.9% accuracy, frequently extracting the wrong patient parameters or making simple arithmetic errors. A coin flip on a medical dosage is dangerous. It becomes incredibly deceptive when that statistical guesswork is delivered in an authoritative, deeply empathetic tone that perfectly mimics a seasoned doctor. The 71% drop in errors and the superior communication scores both come with a major asterisk. OpenAI evaluated its own product. When independent researchers test these claims, the results look very different. In a real-world study published in Nature Medicine, researchers at the University of Oxford gave nearly 1,300 participants realistic medical scenarios to solve. The results were sobering. Real patients using AI chatbots performed no better than those using a standard Google search. The AI generated a blend of accurate advice and confident, misleading information that the participants simply could not separate. Independent safety organizations like ICRA have documented this exact failure, finding instances where chatbots invented fictional body parts or enthusiastically approved the dangerous placement of electrosurgical devices that would burn a patient. A language model can easily dominate a highly structured text-based clinical rubric. Its logic rapidly fractures when it has to navigate the messy, ambiguous uncertainty of a real human being trying to understand their own symptoms. There is a diagnostic void that code cannot cross. This physical examination captures context, the exact sound of a lung, the tension in a joint, that a chatbot cannot access. That physical connection is tied to a legal one. A human doctor carries malpractice liability and a fiduciary duty to do no harm. If an AI gives you lethal advice, it carries zero legal responsibility. In the modern medical landscape, the algorithm told me to is not a valid legal or clinical defense. The AI can act as an assistant, but it can never assume the role of the authority. There is a safe way to use this technology right now. Organize your scattered thoughts, translate dense medical jargon, and prepare a question list before your appointment. You should never use it to finalize a treatment plan. Let the artificial intelligence inform you, but demand that a human doctor verifies it. The line between seeking advice and seeking a diagnosis is getting thinner every day. Where do you personally draw the line on trusting a chatbot with your physical health? Let us know your boundaries in the comments below.